Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Whenever any speciality is added, we carry the burden of that speciality and then suffer throughout life. For example, the absolute is absolute, no speciality in relation to something. In absolute, there is no problem that needs to be sorted out, and in the relative, there is no problem which can be sorted out fully. We are lost in the relative world. How this is happening? If we study the process of creation as explained in the Vedanta, from the absolute non-dual reality, the inherent potentiality in it creates a situation what is called as life. That life expresses as mind. The mind expresses as sense organs. The sense organs express as the objects, and objects become spatial. Now, if we come to the five elements, the five elements have got five qualities. The space has got Shabda, the sound. The air has got Sparsha, the touch. The fire has got the Rupa, the form. The water has got Rasa, the taste. And the earth has got Gandha, the smell. They are called a Tanmatra. Tanmatra means only that. Like when people write the check, they write, for example, suppose our Vikram has to give me a check for 1 million pounds. This is just example. I can hear his heartbeat. So he writes a check. Pounds 1 million only, not more than that. In the same manner, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, they are called Tanmatra. Shabda means sound only. But now that sound becomes spatial. Sa, re, ga, ma. Oh, he sings melodious. What is this noise? I think it is a truck somewhere. So, the sound, instead of remaining as only the sound, we add spatial status, and out of one sound, many sounds are created. Then, some sounds we like, some sounds we don't like, and the samsara begins. Sparsha, the touch. It is hot, it is cold. It is soft, it is hard. In short, wherever there is speciality added, samsara begins. So what should be the spiritual practice? For example, food, taste, rasa. Water does not have any taste. But without water, no taste can be experienced. When somebody is having high temperature, the tongue is dry. Anything you give him or her to eat, they say, what is this useless? There is no taste. Now to that tasteless water, you add sugar, it becomes sweet. You add salt, it becomes salty. See? Indians have never tasted any food. They have tasted only the spices. Ask any Indian, what is the taste of the rice? With sambar? They cannot. So, we are lost in specialities. See? Color, any color. See? In South Africa, one company, I don't remember the name of the company, they are selling the garments, and just to make an advertisement, they made an advertisement and they incurred $1 million loss. All their shops in over the whole of Africa were smashed and destroyed. Advertisement was, when you put on clothes from our company, you look angel-like, and a white girl was shown. And when you don't put clothes from our company, you like devilish, a black girl was shown. Do you think they'll keep quiet? Color is color. But in that, black, white, brown, there are 4 varieties there. One is white, second is black, third is colored. Colored means a cross between white and black. And fourth are browns, Indians. See? So, color by itself is common. Whether it's a red or green or yellow. But then this color create divisions. Green, Islam. White, Christian. Ochre, Hindu. See? Khichadi, Buddhist. What happened to the colors? What meaning in this? And therefore, real spiritual practice means we have to give up the specialities associated with anything. See how simple it is? But even a small child, I don't like milk, I like coffee. Okay, take coffee. Not any coffee, I like Starbucks. Give one in the face. Starbucks. How much of choice? Therefore, more the choice we give to ourselves, more we are in bondage and we suffer in life. Lesser the choice you give yourself, you are free. But what is affluence or prosperity? Affluence and prosperity is more the choice we can opt for, we are prosperous and affluent. Samsara is that only. Therefore, spiritual practice means give up special status. So, the 5 objects, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, will be only 5. But now, because of the speciality, they have become 5 million. Then we come to the next, the sense organs. Now, the sense organs are there only for knowing the object. But then we become victimized by those 5 sense organs. Then we come to the mind. Mind is an instrument which is meant for experiencing joy and sorrows. But then we become influenced by that experience. and become, I am miserable, I am happy. In this manner, we have created so much of speciality in us that we are divorced from the Absolute. See? Therefore, in this first chapter, Shiva Shakti Samavesha, Sant Gyaneshwara tells, if you have got a clear understanding that it is one reality which dichotomizes into subject-object. Objective aspect is called as the potentiality and subjective aspect is called as the Purusha or the experiencer. Two of them. When these two are there, experiencer is needed for experiencing the experienced and vice versa. If between the two, one is not there, the other disappears. They are always connected. Like this tripod. The three legs are connected. If I pull one, all the two come together. Exactly the same way, I, the experiencer, and the world experience. If the world is not there, I cannot be experiencer. If I am not there, world cannot be experienced. Now between these two, the world and I, the experiencer, who is at my disposal? The world is not at my disposal. I am at my disposal. And therefore, spiritual practice is work on yourself, not on the world. See? In US, somebody told me there, Swamiji, here our children, they know more about Hinduism than the children in India. I said, very good, continue. We teach them. Oh, very good. I didn't want to get further. But he was, poking me. I said, you will suffer if I start opening my mouth. I said, when you were their age, did you ever go to temple in India? Did you ever go to any satsanga? Did you ever read any Bhagavad Gita or any book? Now here you have come from India and you have now your kids. Now you are living in fear. Oh, our kids, they should not get lost in this Western culture. And they see what is happening in the Western culture. Drinks, drugs, dating, divorces, four-dimensional world. No. We don't want our children to get lost in that culture. Therefore, they start becoming spiritual. I said, your spirituality is only acting under fear. It is not out of love. It is not out of the intense longing for knowing the truth. See, friends, therefore, when we are thus able to understand this world properly, then we naturally come to know that this world is governing me or I am governing the world. Now the world, I cannot do anything. World is like this. Then I have to start working on myself. The day a person starts working on himself or herself, understand he has taken a new birth. A seeker is born. And a seeker will thereafter want to know the truth. About this I'll tell you one small example. In San Jose, one young man, he invited me for dinner to his house, dinner or lunch. And on way, he said, I'll come and pick you up. Because my host was already having some meeting. So he was driving me and he said, Swamiji, I want to tell you something. I said, please tell. I'm sitting in your car, I have no choice. So he started. Do you know how I came to know about you? I said, I don't know. Then he told. My mother, 100% atheist, doctor by profession. My father, engineer. Both of them were having the syringe and the screwdriver constantly. In our childhood, we have never known anything like temple or prayers or sitting together, offering prayer before taking food. Nothing we knew. In that atmosphere, I was grown up. Then I got married. Now my wife and her family, they were very methodical. And in their house, they had a guru, and then the mantra, then the puja. Every day the food is first offered to the Lord, and then anybody can take. So naturally, when she came in my life, I had to accept that. So I started following. And once I was coming back from India to US, there was one Iranian boy sitting next to me in the flight. And he said, "You are from India?" He said, "Yes." He took out one Rudrakshamala from his pocket or from his neck and gave it to him. He said, "You keep this." Iranian boy gave him and said, "If you are a Hindu, you must read Ashtavakra Geeta. That is the ultimate book on life." So when such a event happened, I couldn't even imagine that this can happen in life. So that mala, he has given me Rudraksha mala. So whatever job my wife was doing, I started doing that job. Because mala is there, somebody gave me. See? And then he told Ashtavakra Gita. So I went to Google and punched Ashtavakra Gita. And your whole series of lectures came out. And then I started listening. And now I am hooked. And therefore, when I was searching and your talk, there was a scroll for the next satsang, visit smilingswami.com/event. So I visited. Hey, he is very much here. And this is how we came. See, the whole wheel. When we are ready to change, things start happening. And this is beyond cause and effect. Our scriptures tell in Hindi and Sanskrit. In Hindi it is said, Binu Hari Kripa Mile Nahi Santa. How the God's grace comes in our life? God's grace comes in the form of exposure to saints, sages, teachers. If we look within, this is the truth. Then, in Sanskrit it is said, Ishvaranugrahat eva pumsam advaita vasana mahat bhaya paritranan vipranam upajayate. It is by the God's grace only we are attracted towards this non-dual absolute reality. There are many people who are attracted towards the social work, feeding the poor people, or doing the yoga, or doing some charitable work, or going to temple. Very few can get intensely involved in this search for the non-dual reality. And this is the only way, Mahat Bhaya Paritranan, this is the only way which can free us from all the most miserable fears of life. There are 6 fears of life in our life. 6. 2 because of the body, 2 because of the prana, and 2 because of the mind. They are called as urmi. Body, 2 fears, old age and death. Prana, 2 fears, hunger and thirst. Mind, 2 fears, delusion and grief, shoka moha. If we want to get freedom from these 6 spheres, there is only one way to discover that we are the substratum. I support the joy as well as the sorrows. I supported the childhood, but I never became a child. I supported the teenage. I never became a teenage. I became the middle age. I was never middle age. All these 3 bodies came and went away. I am the same. Similarly, this old body also has come. This will also go. What can happen to me? I am eternally the same. Bhagavad Gita says, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhirastatra na muhyati. We are supported all the bodies, so also the old body will go. Who cares? See, friends. So unless we come to this absolute reality, we will keep on the same living, fearful existence. If you do this thing, you will go to hell. Nobody has seen the hell, nobody has seen the heaven. It is KG1, KG2. See? The other day I was somewhere in US and in a big mall, I was walking outside in the open ground. My friend has gone somewhere for some meeting. He says, Swami, give me 2 hours. I said, go ahead, I don't need you. So I was walking away. One person came in a car, stopped, and he must be pastor or brother or somebody, big frock. He stopped. He said, hey, are you Indian? I said, yes. Are you Hindu? I said, any objection? No. Are you Hindu? Yes. Do you believe in Jesus? I said, no. I believe in Lord Jesus. Okay, Lord Jesus. Believe? I said, yes. Then you are a Christian? I said, yes, I am a Christian. But you said you are a Hindu? I said, yes, I am a Hindu. How this is possible? I said, we got 2 in 1. Latest technology. When I said like this, he became very angry. And he cursed me. If you say like this, you will go to hell. I asked him, excuse me, where will you go? Of course, I'll go to the heaven. I said, if you go to heaven, I'll prefer hell. Tell me, whom can you frighten? This is for the children. Nobody has ever experienced birth. Nobody has ever experienced growth. Nobody has ever experienced death. Nobody can ever experience absence. Even the absence is recognized as present. This eternal presence can never be denied. To come to this is the topic of the Shiva Shakti Samavesha, first chapter of Amrutanubhava. So we were told the world is created when 2 things come together. And the 2 things are spirit and matter, Purusha and Prakriti. Like the light is created when the electricity and the bulb, they come together. When there is no light, there is no world. Purusha and Prakriti come together. In place of the light, it is the life. Life expresses as mind. If there is no mind, there is no world. So the whole world is only in the mind. Mind cannot understand the language of unity. Mind can only understand the language of diversity, duality, comparisons. That is how the mind is made up of. Therefore, if you see, whole world is made up of only pairs or twins. There is nothing in this world which is singular. Joy, sorrows, loss, gain, birth, death, health, disease. Find out anything which is singular. Nothing. This is the diet of the mind. Give the mind only one. The mind dissolves. Sound, silence. And then we imagine, okay, I have to do meditation. Vipassana. Only silence. Don't talk to anybody. Don't look here and there. Look at your toe and walk. 15 days you are not going to talk to anybody. But I can talk to myself. Outside, silence. Inside, volcanoes. See, friends. Then, after some time, you become accustomed only silence. Quiet. And then, earlier we were addicted to the noise, now addicted to the silence. So, little bit different disturbance happens here and there. Enough to flare up. You must have seen, there are people when they are giving satsanga talk, if somebody comes late, they blast on him. See? Why should we get disturbed? If somebody has come late, do you think he has missed anything? No. Why? Because those who are sitting, are they listening? So, they have come for a time pass, you are here for a time pass, relax. And therefore, the real spiritual life is go beyond the dvandva, the complementary opposites, through wisdom. What is the wisdom? Wisdom is everything is existing in complementary opposites. So accept it. Are you going to fight why there is a day and why there is a night? It is like that, accept it. See? If you are living in UK and complain about the weather, you are doing the wrong thing. UK is known for a very unpredictable weather, like the people. See? This is how it is. Accept it and be happy. Therefore, this duality too is called a Shiva and the Shakti. And when these two, the electricity and the bulb, when they come together, light happens. In the same manner, Shiva and the Shakti, when they come together, the life happens. Now in the life there is no problem. Again, go back to the first statement I made. In life there is no problem. But when the life becomes special, what is the speciality in the life? The plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, the human kingdom. Among the human beings, the Hindus, the Christians, the Sikhs, the Muslims. And among each one of them, among the Christians, there are 86 varieties. Among the Islam, there are 74 varieties. Among Hindus, there is no limit. One person goes to the temple, he is a Hindu. Other doesn't go, he is still a Hindu. In the same family, the husband is worshipping Devi, he is a Hindu. Wife is worshipping Hanumanji, he is Hindu. No problem. The third one doesn't go anywhere. Never mind. See how many varieties. And all of them are nothing but life. So, Mind is creating the divisions. Transcend the mind and come to the life. And when we come to life, then we are able to appreciate as my hunger is a big issue for me. The hunger of others is also equally an issue for me. See, friends, like take our own body. When there is a pain in the left hand, the right hand will come and help. The left hand doesn't have to send an application for approval. It's naturally happening. Then the great Mahatmas, they do not love the world. They have love for everyone. Like all our body parts, they have love for each other. When there is a scratching somewhere, so the hand is called by the head. And like, come on, yaar, there is scratching on the head. I will not come. Why? I am tired, out of duty. No. Because duality is perceived, but duality is not a cause of division. This is the ultimate. And this is what Sant Gyaneshwar has been telling us last 6 lectures. So, Manoni, therefore, Bhutesha Bhavani, Na Karuni, Sinani, Mi Nigalo Namani, Tehe Aise. Therefore, I do not differentiate between the Purusha and the Prakriti. I do not differentiate between the Jiva and the spirit and the matter. Both are equally important. Therefore, as much we must respect the life, that much we must respect the nature. See, taking care of the nature is the latest fad in the Western world. One great saint in Maharashtra, Tukaram Maharaj, in one of his writings, he says, the trees and the plants, the creepers and the flowers, they are our relations. See, who can say this? He who is living at the life level. The more deeper you go in this knowledge, you will see all the differences disappear. And this happens by God's grace. We put our effort sincerely, and one day He will decide, and it clicks. The real spirituality is only a click of a mouse. Like what? If you are asked exactly when and how you learned swimming, you cannot tell. You keep on moving your hands and legs and all that, and one day suddenly you start floating. And once you start floating, you never forget the swimming. We never learn 2 times, only once. Same is the case with the riding a bicycle. When we start learning, the person who is holding from behind, he poor fellow runs behind us, and yet we are not able to do it. And once we have got the balance properly, and then still we are not confident, and the teacher is confident, he said, okay, I am holding on to you, go, very good, very good. And then he stopped talking. Are you there? Yes, I am there, I am not leaving you. So he gets confident, he is holding, and he leaves him. He goes away. And then suddenly, are you there? Oh, he's not there. Balance gone. How he has learned this balancing. Balancing cannot be taught, you have to learn. Spiritual practice cannot be taught, you have to learn. In other words, nothing can be taught, you have to learn. See, there are so many teachers. Like we say in the prayers to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Bhagavan Krishna is the world teacher. If he is a world teacher, why he could not teach Duryodhana, Dushasana, Dhritarashtra? He could not teach. You can take the horse to the waters. You can't make him drink the water. He will make water. What will he do? See, friends. Therefore, Manoni, Bhutesha, Bhavani, these duality, matter and spirit, na karuni, sinani, I am not influenced by the divisions, the multiplicities, the beauty. Just imagine for the sake of imagination. All the human beings are exactly same shape, size and face. What a boredom it will be. Like the roads in US. You get bored. Everywhere the same type of roads, the same type of signs, the same McDonald's, the same KFC. You go to India, in one place you go, you get idli. Other place you get idla. Third place you get dokla. Every time, every place, so much of change. That is the beauty. See, just imagine for the sake of imagination, in this whole world, only one species, human being. Then only one tree. And then only one mountain. Will it be a fun? Therefore, Bhagavan says here, Madhune Bhutesha Bhavani na karuni sinani. I don't want to make them one, but I become one with them. See? Me nigalo namani dehe aise. I don't want to say, no, mommy, daddy are one. No, they are separate. Let them be separate. But I discover oneness in them in my heart. See, the smart children, they take the advantage of the fight between the husband and the wife. When they want something from the mother, they will go to the mother and say, Mommy, why you tolerate so much dad? He is always shouting at you. And the dumb mother thinks, mere beta, mere used to go. Mommy, I want 50 pounds. Achha, take. Smart. Get the benefit. So, me nakhalo namani te aise. Therefore, the oneness in them remains intact. We respect both the creation and the creator. Both are equally important for us. Darpanache nityage pratibimba bimbirige ka budi dije tarange vayucha thela. It is said, when the mirror is in front of us, then our reflection is there. When the mirror is removed, where the reflection has gone, there are two ways of looking at it. Reflection can go somewhere if it is there. Reflection appears. It is not there. Take another example to understand this point. If you see, hang something on the tub of water, it will be reflected in the water. Let us say we hang a fish. So the fish reflection will be in the water. And then put a sieve and try to take out the reflection of the fish from the water. Will it come? It appears but doesn't exist. One meaning. Second meaning is, when the mirror is removed, what happens to the reflection? It goes back to the source. Where from it has come? It has come from the face. Here, this is the meaning. Darpana cheni tyage pratibimba bimbirige. When the mirror is removed, the reflection goes back to the source in the same manner. When the objectivity is discarded, we come back to ourselves. Therefore, you will see, all of us know this, but we know this we do not know. Like many people, they go to Badrinath, very tough journey. And after going there, you are so tired. It takes 2 days to reach there by bus. And then in the terrible cold, snow everywhere, putting so many things on the body, they go and stand before that Narayana and they fold their hands and close their eyes. All the way they have come. Because they know Narayana is not outside. Observe this. Whenever we offer prayers, we naturally close our eyes. So that which can be seen by closure of the eyes is the truth. See, friends. Therefore, here the teacher says, when the objectivity is discarded, now here take a subjective experience. What the husband has to do to know that he is a man? Husband is a reflection of a man in the mirror of woman or the wife. See, who is miserable? The reflection, the husband. Because the mirror is corrugated. The mirror is unsteady. Therefore, it appears as if it is disturbed. But in fact, it is not disturbed. Those husbands who know this, they are never miserable, they never complain about the wife. See? They know very clearly. So simple. Such husbands, they attach a hearing aid to their ears. And their hearing aid is called as selective hearing. Come for lunch. Okay. I told you to go. Huh? Listen only what is convenient, forget about it. Life becomes beautiful. Therefore, like the husband comes out of the man to become the husband, exactly the same way, this world, good and bad, comes out of me. I only tell this is good, this is bad. Goodness, badness is not outside. See? If you go to China, it is difficult to know whether it is the same person. When they come for the satsang, it's difficult. All of them look so alike. And when it is China, it is better. Japan, it is very difficult. Japanese people, they don't laugh at all. Zero laughter. And you talk, and you don't know whether they are understanding or not. All their mouths and eyes are the same slits. After the lecture is over also, whether they have understood, nothing you can know. Sthita pragya. So, here the teacher says, what happens when the mirror is removed? The reflection goes back to this. When duality is discarded, we come back to ourselves. And how to discard duality? Through wisdom. The world is like this. Accept it. Don't react. Be yourself. And when we thus be attentive, when we thus start remaining at peace with ourselves, under all conditions, that is the real salutation to God. Which tree, which plant will grow where is decided by the nature. Exactly the same way, who is suitable to grow spiritually where, there the Lord puts him or her. After having born as human, the last leap in evolution is only spiritual evolution. The inert world evolved to become the plants. Plants evolved to become the animals. Animals evolved to become the human beings. What next? After having come to this ladder, the last evolution is only spiritual evolution. Because up to the level of the animals, 4 things we have been doing. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithunam. Eating, sleeping, sense of insecurity and procreation. Up to animal level, this was done. After having born as a human being, if we limit only to that, again we will go back to the soil. So having come as a human being, the only purpose is evolve spiritually. And therefore, what is spiritual evolution? Spiritual evolution is we discard our individuality and merge in the absolute. That is called as namaskar, that is called as namana, that is called as salutation. Namana means we go beyond the mind. Ka budi deti tarangi vayuja thela. And similarly, when the winds stop flowing very bold, then all the waves which were coming on the surface of the sea, where do they go? They disappear anywhere. They go back to the ocean. Therefore, we are one with the Lord. Because of the winds of the desire, it appears as if we have become separate. When the winds of the desire quieten, desireless existence is God realization. And that experience is bliss, not blisters. And this is exactly what happens in the deep sleep. If you analyze your experience of deep sleep, you will come to know, number 1, we are not finite. Number 2, there is no sense of otherness. Therefore, there cannot be any desire. When there is nothing else, what will you desire? And therefore, all bliss. And whenever you are happy, you make noise. And therefore, in the deep sleep, people snore. And happiness is never hurriedly done. Happiness is with lot of time at your disposal. And therefore, when happy people snore, they don't snore hurriedly. No. They go in the Saptaswara. And then, and the one who is awake is looking so pathetically. I don't know what to do with this fellow. But he doesn't belong to this world. He's already realized. One wife told me in Australia, Swamiji, he snores so loudly. When I wake him up, he tells very coolly, I was not snoring. Why do you disturb my sleep? He sleeps and again starts snoring. I said, I agree with him. You always do like that. I said, talk technical language. Don't talk like ignorant. The one who was snoring was not your husband. He becomes your husband after body identification. In deep sleep, he was not identified with the body. Therefore, he was not your husband. And that is how he had the courage. That husband who cannot even open eyes in front of the wife, how can he open throat? The more you discover this truth, we all suffer, and the sufferers are only reflections. They are not originals. This principle one day I discovered I was coming in Scotland from the top to downwards. And we are driving, and there was one beautiful place, nice long wide lake and mountains. So I told my friend, hey, stop here. I'm enjoying this thing. So I went and stood near the lake. Because it was cold, water was still. No movement. So I looked into it. I said, hey, see how perfect is the reflection. He said, yes, so nice. I said, let us do some experiment. He said, what? Then I took one dry leaf and put into the water. The moment the dry leaf fell, the ripple started coming. I said, now see the reflection. The reflection is also moving. Then I told him, tell me, is the reflection moving or not? He said, Swamiji, your questions are very difficult. I don't know what to tell. Because anything we did will be wrong. We know that. I said, okay, I'll tell you. It appears to be moving, but it is not moving. Appears because it is seen, it is moving. But not because reflection is not the reality. When the reflection is not the reality, how can it move? But don't you see it is moving? Yes, it is moving. Therefore, what is that? Although moving, yet not moving. Apply the same principle. All those who are miserable, these are all reflections. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, in-law, outlaw. Where are they? And all the samsara is going. Swamiji, my son doesn't listen to me. What should I do? See, did you listen to your father when you came to USA? No, India, there was no, opportunity. Therefore, I came. I said, your genes have gone in him. He will also not listen to you. See, the day you understand this principle, you will live the relative gain relatively, not taking it absolutely. This is the meaning of surrender to the Lord. See? Therefore, ka budi dije tarange vayucha thela. When there are no winds, where do the waves go? They go back to the ocean. In the same manner, when we are living in this world and remain undisturbed, we continue to be the divine. And then divinity alone will express through us. Expression of divinity is only one. You are happy. Upanishad says, Anandadheva khalvimani bhutani jayante anandena jatani jivanti. The world is created out of bliss. When the ornaments are made out of gold, there cannot be steel in that. In the same manner, if we are the expression of bliss, where from the blisters are coming? See, friends, therefore one of the yoga, Bhagavan Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, the real meaning of yoga, not twisting the body. Bhagavan Krishna's yoga is what? Tam vidya dukkha sayoga viyogam yoga sanjitam. Sa nishchena yoktavyaha yogaha anirvidna chetasa. When the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. See, it is not said, miseries will not come in life. When the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. That ability to refuse to be miserable is called as yoga. And how do we practice that? Nishchena yoktavyaha. Resolve firmly, refuse to be miserable. Make the miseries miserable. So nishchena yoktavyaha. And anirvinna chetasa, don't give up. How do we do this? Be very attentive. Very simple technique I am telling you. Take every experience of life, every event of life, every interaction in life as spiritual examination. When we take every event as a spiritual examination, we are always prepared. Like when we are driving the car, everywhere there are those CCTV cameras. So you can't say, no, I did not see that. No, you have to be ready every time. There was one boy in India. He, being an Indian, he crossed the red light on a motorcycle. So the police stopped him and told him, "Didn't you see the red light?" He said, "I have seen the red light, but I did not see you. Therefore I crossed." You have to be on toes 24/7. And what is being on toes? Under any condition, under any situation, refuse to be miserable. You are practicing highest spiritual practice. See how simple it is. I am not telling you, do pranayam, or do shirshasana, or do chant the japa, or study scriptures. No, simple thing. Refuse to be miserable. When I was talking like this in Delhi, Birla Mandir, one lady, after my lecture, she became so angry with me. "Swamiji, you are teasing us married people. All the time telling be happy, be happy. Get married and show, be happy." Is marriage a license to become miserable? What? Tadastu. Continue miserable. Don't justify being miserable in life. That is the real salutation to the Lord. Natari nita jata khevo, pave apula thavo, taisi buddhi tyage devi devo vandilimiya. When the sleep is over, we discover ourselves. In the sleep, we don't know who am I. We don't know what is the world. We don't know what is God. Deep sleep is a state of utter ignorance. We know nothing. But when we are awake, we discover, oh, I am now in Birmingham. Now this is the day. Now this is what I have to do. But in the deep sleep, nothing is there. So when the deep sleep is over, I discover myself exactly the same way. Taisi buddhi tyage. I have transcended the intellect. And what is the intellect? Intellect is a catch where illusion of cause and effect is established. Cause and effect is an illusion. Don't get lost in that. What is the world? World has got only three things. One is inert matter, second is activity, third is knowledge. Then question, what is the cause of these three? Oh, cause. The cause of the inert matter is tamoguna. Cause of the activity is rajoguna. Cause of the knowledge is sattva-guna. So, the cause is established from the effect. Therefore, effect is the cause of the cause, or cause is the cause of the effect. When father scolded his son, I gave you birth and you behave like this with me. The son was a digital chap. He said, Dad, enough is enough. Who told you you gave me birth? I gave you birth. When I was not born, who called you dad? Think. So the father and son is an illusion. This illusion is supported by the man. This is how the intellectuals are intelligently miserable. They justify how they are miserable, and it is natural to be miserable. If you are in our place, you will be also miserable. Therefore, I am not there. You continue. One of the most important spiritual practices is never justify you are miserable. Don't justify. See, and these people who are all the time very much fond of misery, see, they will go in search of miserable people. And then they call it charity. Like the doctors don't like healthy people. If a doctor sees a healthy person, he becomes unhealthy. आ गया healthy. Hey, healthy fellow has come. There was one very sweet girl. She could not get admission in medical college. She became so frustrated and all that. So her mother called Swamiji, see, she is so disturbed, please help her. I went there. I said, first food. I took the food. Then I said, you are dumb, therefore you are miserable. She was already, I said, look here, why do you want to become doctor? Doctors are those animals who never like healthy people around. Everywhere unhealthy people. Go to the hospital. Is it a hospital a place to visit? Will you ever say, Chalo, I am fresh today, let me go to hospital? Who will go to hospital? Then I said, take up some profession where you can have lot of fun and joy. See? Then I said, go into administration, go in finance, go in commerce, where there is lot of money. Administrators, they have to do nothing, only administer. That's it. The doctors are suffering. You simply say, write a report. The doctor was not responsible. You get your salary. That clicked. She says, Swamiji, nobody told us like this. Everybody was telling us, you should do seva, serve the poor people. I said, that is for fools. Wise people don't do that. See, friends, therefore, Natari jata khevo pavi apluthave thavo taise buddhi tyage devi devo vandilimiya. Therefore, don't get into this logic. Why? Because the sky is too high. Try, delete these two words from your language. Two words. One, why. Second, how. What is our life? We are whiling away the life by howling at the life. And wherever we don't ask this question, we are saved from this question. Example, have we ever asked why the fire is hot? We never ask. After accepting it, then we decide how to deal with the fire so that the burning power of the fire is enslaved by us. But why the fire is hot? You keep on doing that. In the same manner, the world is like this. See, you are here on a vacation, not to live permanently. So after visa is over, go away. Over. But we imagine this is the permanent abode. This is my spiritual practice. One person asked me, Swamiji, you go to so many places, people receive you so with love, affection. What is the secret? I say, secret is, here I am in Jasmine's house. Before I came here, she knew where I am going. Therefore, when I came, she was happy. Next day, she became more happy. Next day, she became more happy. Tomorrow I am going. She will be happy as thank God, Swami has gone. But suppose I have come to stay here permanently. Oh God! Exactly the same way, we are here for a vacation. And when you are for a vacation, you don't waste your time in becoming serious. Think. You go, what your budget you have got, you spend that money, don't save it for the next life. Celebrate life, don't calibrate life. The more you slowly understand this principle, then you will know how these Mahatmas are having nothing, yet they have got everything. Because everything is in our own heart. So, in the same manner, I have given up this buddhi, logic, reason, and therefore, Vandili Miya, I just surrender myself at the feet of the Lord. Friends, everybody must have one altar in this world. That altar could be God, a guru, a temple, a place, something, before whom no question is asked. Intellect is completely surrendered. Because it is this intellect only which has got the arrogance of individuality. Surrender. Why this? No, this is, I was told I'll do it. No question. Then only we liberate ourselves from the shackles of why and how. Further, सांडुनी मीपणाचा लोभू मिठे सिंधुत्वाचा घेतला लाभू तेवी अहम देवनी मी शंभू शांभवी झालो. Once a big crystal of salt decided to jump into the ocean. The crystal of the salt is very hard, angular, and when it decided to jump into the ocean, the moment it jumped into the ocean, it disappeared and became one with the ocean. In the same manner, I have surrendered myself at the feet of the Absolute. Be attentive. Surrender of the relative in the Absolute is only recognition, nothing else. What will the east and west and north and south to do to be the space? Nothing. We don't have to do anything. They are exactly the same way. We are divine. We don't have to become divine. See? And this can happen only when we understand what is divinity. Divinity is unopposed substratum for all the illusions. The space supports all the shapes, not opposed to any shape. The vision supports all the colors and forms, not opposed to any color and form. The mind supports all the thoughts, divine, devilish, good, bad. Mind is not opposed to anything. The conscious reality that we are support waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Not opposed to anything. This unopposed experience is our essential nature. Don't oppose to anything. See, friends, this experience is like the experience of the infinite. In the infinite, anything you add, nothing is added. Anything you take away, nothing is taken away. Therefore, Sanduni mi panaza lohu, giving up the notion of I. I am successful, I am a failure, I have achieved this thing, I am a utter failure, I want to commit suicide. No, I am very successful, I want to create a statue of me, inaugurate by myself. See? Therefore, सांडूनिमीपणाचा लोभू मिठे सिंधुत्वाचा घेतला लाभू तेवी इन द सेम मॅनर अहम देवनी मी शंभू शांभवी झालो. Similarly, I have discarded my individuality, and when I am with myself, I am Shambhu. When I am with the world, I am the Shambhavi. In the 10th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna gives this thought. There, Bhagavan says, एताम विभूतिम योगम च मम यो वेत्ति तत्वतः सह अविकम्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः. This avikampa yog means no doubt of whatever kind. What is that yoga? Etam vibhutim yogam cha. As regard I am concerned, I have no doubt about my being divine. That is yoga. Patanjali, tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. The real meaning of the yoga is not controlling the mind. The real meaning of yoga is tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. When we recognize our divinity, that is yoga. And vibhuti, the whole world is nothing but my own expanse. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vetti tattvataha. He who thus come to realize this essentially, saha avikampena yogena yujjate. He is ever established, free from doubts and questions. That is one of the reasons I do not entertain question-answer sessions. I give you one simple rule. Follow that. All your questions will be dissolved. That about which you have no question, no doubt, that you are. Now find out what you don't have doubt or question. We don't have doubt or question about our being. Whether I am or I am not. This option is not there. How does it matter whether we know other things or not? Who was the 5th President of United States? I don't know. What was the number of the glasses of Mahatma Gandhi? Come on, I don't know. It doesn't make any difference. What matters is this. So, we have no doubt, no question about our being. Hold on to that. Thereafter, play the game of life. When you are with the children, be childlike. When you are with the teenagers, be Coca-Cola brand. When we are with the middle-aged, be worried. And when we are old, be frustrated. Like the water takes the shape of every pot. Petri dish is comfortable. Test tube comfortable. Capillary tube comfortable. But ice cubes, take out from the fridge, keep them in anywhere, most uncomfortable. Let us dissolve these sharp corners of our personality and be liquid like the waters. This is what he says here. Aham devi devuni me shambhu shambhavi zalo. Thus I have discarded this relativity and I have merged in the absolute. So there are 2 stages to conclude the whole spiritual practice. First, Dvandva is complementary pair of opposites. We have to first conquer that. Second step, Dvaita. Dvaita is I versus not I. We have to conquer that. These 2 things happen. We have completed our spiritual practice. See, this is what Bhagavan says in 6th chapter of Geeta. Jitatmanaha Prashantasya Paramatma Samahitaha Shitoshna Sukha Dukkheshu Tatha Manapamanayoho. The world is made up of these complementary opposites. You have no choice. Then be at peace, yes. Sometimes it is cold, sometimes it is hot, sometimes it is good, this is the way the world is. Be at peace. The highest valuable commodity in the whole universe is our peace of mind. Don't play with that. And the second thing is going beyond the Dvaita, the duality, I versus not I. If somebody is not respecting us, never mind. If somebody is respecting us, that is his problem. Why we should get disturbed? In one college, after my talk, one girl asked me this question. Swamiji, you are constantly holding your beard. It's not good. I said, it's your problem. Be at peace. And in this manner, Shiva Shakti Samaveshe Namana Kele Myaise. Thus, I have Paramatma Samahitaha. Thus, I have dissolved myself in the absolute. And I am playing the role of the relative. See? I continue to be the man, but when I am in front of my father, I behave as a son. I continue to be the man, when I am in front of my wife, I behave as a wife. I continue to be the man, when I am in front of my son, I behave as a father. And we all must know how to behave with whom what. If you are in front of your father, don't argue, don't discuss, simply say yes, yes to everything. He will forget, relax. When you are in front of your son, try to run away. He'll ask money. And if you are in front of your wife, then when she is talking, you should not talk. When she is quiet, you should keep quiet. You have understood highest spirituality. There will be peace within, peace without. About this also, there was one lady, she scolded me. Swamiji, since he has started listening you, the charm of our life has gone. What? Now he agrees to everything. Earlier we used to discuss something, we should get, he said, okay. Even without listening, he said, okay, we'll do that. What? Our peace of mind is more valuable than anything else. So, Shiva Shakti Samaveshe Namana Kele Mya Aise Rambha Garbha Akashe Rigata Jesa is the best example ever. Be attentive. I told you, we don't have to become divine. We are divine. Example is given. Rambha Garbha means the plantain tree. It has got a trunk. And trunk is nothing but layers and layers of the leaves. As you start removing one by one layer, in the center when you go, there also there is only space. Outside space, inside space. Out and in is because of the layers. Exactly the same way. Outside Paramatma, inside Paramatma. Then remove this layer by layer. Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha. One kosha is rejected and you reach the center. What is outside is inside. See the depth. The outer space has not entered the inside. On the contrary, the plantain was in the space. God is not in us. We are in the God. See? But instead of recognizing our divine nature, we are caught up in the prison of body identification. And as if this is not enough, we get caught up in next prison. That is, I am a soul in the body. And when the person dies, he is buried in the graveyard. One boy asked his father, Dad, why they construct so much of construction on the grave? The father said, when the day of judgment comes, this fellow will take more time to remove it and go. By then I will run ahead. The last day is never going to come. And they will keep on rotting inside. Come back, when is coming? Nobody is born, nobody dies. Come to recognize this. This is the meaning of salutation to the Lord, freedom from all fears. That is God realization, that is fulfillment in life, that is being fulfilled as a human being. That is ascent of the mortal to the infinite divinity. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.